Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Chantelle. So today's video is the first of a two-part series looking at home hacks. So it's going to be all the things that you can do with stuff you have around the house just to make them feel a lot more like you. If you haven't done already, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press that notification bell for new video releases. Okay, so number one is upcycling a vintage suitcase. I know a lot of people have got these hanging around, whether they're hand-me-downs or whether you've picked one up from a thrift shop, but there are so much things that you can do with this. So I picked this up from Facebook Marketplace. I think it was about $10. And I just loved how beautiful it was. The leather was beautiful. It just really needed a good clean. I've always had a thing for vintage suitcases, and if you scroll through Pinterest, you'll see so many, creative ideas and things that people have done with them. But I'm gonna make this into a coffee table. So the first thing that I did was to use some rub and buff, and I just used a small paintbrush and went through the metal elements and really just wanted to enhance them. They were a bit dull, so I really wanted to bring them up, make them shine, make them stand out a little bit. So the locks and all the little metallic pieces, I just went over that, and you can see the difference that little rub and buff made. After that was done, I needed to reinforce the inside of the case. So I got a piece of plywood, cut it to size, and added that in. And that was really so I could secure legs to the bottom of it. So I screwed in the legs, and the legs were secured to that plywood. These legs were just really cheap legs that I bought from Bunnings, and I just sprayed them in bronze. And that was it, really. And this is what it looks like. Beautiful, unique, one-of-a-kind coffee table that cost me $10. I love it. It has so much history and character, and I love the fact that you can use the inside of it for storage too. So functional, sustainable, and beautiful. So number two, painting some garden chairs that we use for the garden. So these were used for one of my clients' projects. They really wanted to have a bright, eclectic garden space. And so we found these chairs, I think they were like $15 each from the charity shop, but we didn't want black. So we got out the spray paint and painted them in really bright colours, which were going to be in keeping with the design of the space. This was the easiest project ever. I love painting anyway, so this was like a treat for me. But just seeing those colours and the change that it made to the chairs just, made it all worth it. If you ever find something and it's the perfect size, the perfect, exactly what you're looking for, but it's in the wrong colour, always know that you can pretty much always do something about that. So I picked up these IKEA shelves, and I really liked them for the space, but I just didn't want black. So yeah, I decided to paint them. I used a paint that was great for metallics. It's a Dulux metallic paint, and it's in bronze, and I took it outside, sprayed it, and really just created something that was more in keeping with what I wanted. And this is what it looks like in situ. I really like it because it goes really well with those gold tiles that you can see there. And I saved a lot of money, so it was IKEA, so it wasn't really expensive, but if I went to try and source one of these in this colour, it would have been a lot more money. So yeah, spray paint saves the day. Okay, so number 4 is creating an accent wall with plywood sheets. So what I did was I painted this really dull wall, and then I measured the whole wall, the width and the length, and then worked out the sizes that I wanted my plywood sheets to be. Got out the power tools and then I cut the sheets to size. This was the first time using this tool actually, and don't worry, my husband was there watching, supervising, but it was really good, like just being able to get on with a project and do it myself. If you don't want to do this yourself or you don't have the tools, most DIY shops will cut the pieces for you if you know your measurements. I haven't shown this, but once all the pieces were cut, I just added some clear varnish just to warm up the timber a little bit. And then I applied the sheets to the wall just by using nails. I really love the fact that it's added, a beautiful accent wall. It didn't take a lot of time, didn't cost a lot of money. It just brings so much to the room and adds so much warmth. Alright, and the last hack in this series is number 5, DIY bar shelf. So this was the particular bar shelf that I wanted for this space, but it cost $729, and I was like, there is no way I am gonna pay that. I'm gonna make my own. So I bought these materials, mostly plumbing materials, and it all came to just over $100. The first thing that I did was I had to locate the position of the studs to ensure that the frame would fit really securely into the studs. And because I wanted these to be hanging shelves, I used these galvanized pipes, which are basically just plumbing materials, and I screwed them into the wall. I then made some holes, insertions into the shelves that I was going to use, and then really just secured that by using galvanized sockets. So like I said, all plumbing materials, all really cost effective. And because I wanted to have 2 shelves, I just repeated that process. And that was it. So I got the shelves that I wanted, they fit perfectly into the space, and with the satisfaction of knowing that I did it myself, and I saved, $600? I think they look great, they're really sturdy, and yeah, I'm so happy with them. Alright, so that's it for today, those 5 hacks. I really do hope that's provided you with some inspiration of things that you can do to really enhance your space, and just know that you don't always have to spend a fortune doing that. Next week's video, I'll be providing another 5 hacks of things that you can do, so make sure you keep watching out for that one. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and see you next time.